Hello, everybody. I'm back today with another case study and someone from a country I've never interviewed before. We've got Jarek here from Poland today. Jarek, how you doing, my friend? You well?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you, Stephen?
I'm doing well, and I'm delighted to have you here because we had Tony's and Marit recently. They're from Estonia, so we're kind of getting over that part of the world a little bit now, which is fantastic. So we're here today to talk about your story and how a guy like you, who is in Poland, also you weren't always in Poland, how did you go from not selling on Amazon to hearing about this thing called Amazon? Well, it's selling on Amazon. You've obviously heard about Amazon before. Tell me about that.
Yeah, that's actually quite a long story in my case.
Okay.
It was something that was growing in me for some time. I was never an entrepreneur person, but I had a friend who was actually that kind of person, and he was always wanted to open a business but with someone. So at some point, that someone was me. So
Oh,
I think 5, 6 years ago, we started to looking what kind of business we can open, and we went in a quite competitive business which was selling online sports supplements.
all right.
So but actually at the beginning it was quite all right, I would say. We were doing this on at eBay, so sales were growing. We were actually trying to expand, but as we were doing this quite manually, we had to send the stock by ourselves. When we were growing, we had to at some point rent a small warehouse.
Yeah.
At some point, we wanted to go away from eBay, so we were looking to actually start our online shop, which we did, and it turns out to be quite expensive at the same time. So uh, as at the time when we were growing, we actually went into kind of a trap that we were eating our margin as well.
Yeah.
But we are trying to keep pushing that. At some point, we even thought about doing this at the Amazon as well, but at that time, we never heard about FBA.
Yeah.
So we were thinking to do the same like on eBay. But actually, at that time, Amazon gave us quite hard time, and we couldn't actually even open the right
Yeah.
account to sell that supplement.
Supplements are always hard on Amazon, man.
Yeah,
And some people, as you mentioned, yeah, you can do. I mean, you can do phenomenally well. A friend of mine's got a very big business on Amazon in the hair replacement niche, and they're a huge company. But yeah, like there's a lot of things you got to go through, certifications, your health stuff. I mean, it goes on and on, right? So it's tricky.
yeah, that was very tricky. So we gave up on that.
Yeah.
We keep trying to pushing that, but at some point also Brexit happened. We were importing most of the stuff from Poland and Netherlands and Germany, so that had the Brexit had a massive impact on currency exchange. So also that ate our margin. So at some
Yeah.
point we gave up and we closed our business. I came back to work, but actually working again in the offices was never the same for me after this journey.
Yes.
So I don't know. After 2 years of working in the office, this need for having a business started growing in me.
Yeah. Gotta do something.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So, um, but I wasn't sure actually if I want to open the business. So I tried to keep convince myself that maybe I will keep working at just an office job. It was paid quite well, but I didn't really like work-life balance. It was
Yeah.
quite bad in my case. So, despite the fact I was keep pushing myself, last year I get married. We had a
That's
nice 2 weeks of holiday. I came back to job and something cracked in me. I said, that's it. I have to do something with that. And I started googling for some business ideas that I could run from home, from anywhere from anywhere around the world, and was doing quite a lot of research and came up on different business ideas like affiliate marketing
yeah.
or lead generation. I came
Yeah.
as well across the wasn't FBA, but just because of previous experience, I stayed away from that. But it
Yes.
kept coming back to me, so I decided, okay, let's have a look at that, and I got actually interested in this. And then I came across your webinars. I've done some research, and then I signed up for your course.
Right. And so was it like on YouTube or something you heard about us, or do you remember?
I heard about you at the YouTube at
Yeah.
being Stefan's
Yeah.
channel.
Very
Then
good.
I've done some research, and I think at the time I was looking at that you were doing some live webinars, so I signed
Oh,
for
okay.
that. And
Fantastic. Yeah. And how long ago was that now that you joined? It's a little while ago, but not too long ago,
that
right?
was last year.
Yeah.
So I started to do the research, especially for Amazon FBA,
Yeah.
somewhere around October.
Yeah.
Doing the research, and I signed for the program in the end of October last year.
Great. Fantastic. And I know you've also decided to go with Origin as well to get help from a coach and stuff like that, which we'll chat about later on. So big story, you when you get married, you decided to make the big change and pack in the job, which is funny in itself. Most people don't do that, which is interesting. And so when you joined the course, you started going through the process. To take you, because I know you've obviously launched products at this point in time, it seemed like it maybe didn't take you that long to find products or to settle on them. I mean, obviously your previous experience maybe helped you because you had some of those barriers removed in your brain. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, when I saw your actual webinar, I was very excited about this. So very motivated and started to learning from the course very heavily, I would say, spending at least 3-4 hours a day. Just wanted to do this as fast as I could, but that wasn't actually a good idea.
Sure.
I was trying to consume too much at the same time.
Yeah.
All that I could do this, I could find the product much quicker. But it turns out that actually it takes some learning process as well to do this right. So it took me around, I would say, a month to find the products.
Well, good, man.
But then, yes, I wasn't sure about if I'm doing this correct, if I'm doing this right. So then I heard about your original program, and I decided, if I want to do this right, if I want to make sure that that I'm choosing the right product and then follow the process properly, because still I was afraid about that importing the product from China, because previously I was doing this from Europe, and the idea to import this from China was for me like an idea to import from another planet. So
yeah. I know what you're saying, but you obviously use Superhero Freight to help with that.
Yeah.
How'd you find that?
Yeah, that was a massive help. Then when I heard about this, I decided to go with that. And when at the beginning I thought that this process will be very, very hard, it turns out to be super easy actually. So and then
when you use Superhero Freight, it's easy, but if you did it yourself, it is tricky. It's a pain in the ass if you do it yourself. So I'm delighted that was a good experience. So great. So you were a month in, you got some help, you got some extra coaching to look at what you were doing. You purchased your product, and obviously it takes a little bit of time to get produced, get into stock. But I believe you've done pretty well with this. Is it one product you purchased, or was it multiple?
It was one product, but two pack size variations. So kind of you can say it's two.
Yeah.
So but at the moment it's one product. It was actually taking me quite a lot to get into to order this, because I found the product in January, and that was right before the Chinese New Year, then lockdown in China, so I had to wait over 2 months to order the product. So I was waiting for that, and I was impatient for that as well, because I knew I have a product and I wanted to order this.
Open the factory.
Exactly.
And then of course we had coronavirus and everything else. So I'm glad you got it in time. Anyway, that was good. Yeah. So how long has it been in stock now then, Jarek?
I think around 5 or 6 weeks at the moment.
Okay.
So I ordered quite a lot, I would say. The minimum order quantity was quite high. I was able to still reduce that, but it was still quite high anyway. So that's why I decided to do like two size variation to make sure that I will be able to split this product properly. But despite that fact, I was thinking that, okay, if I'm ordering that quantity, I would have the stock for 4 or 5 months. But at the moment, last week, I had to reorder, and I had to do a quite big reorder, actually.
Reorder. Wow. Congratulations. Well, it's congratulations, but also it's like, oh, crap, I have to reorder now and all of that. But that's brilliant. So you sold a significant number of units then in that period of time. Would I be right in saying that? Yeah,
pretty much half of my stock.
Fantastic. Congratulations. And I'm delighted you're reordering. That's brilliant, because you'll probably still run out of stock, but it's great you reordered it pretty quickly. A lot of people on their first product, it starts selling, it's doing well, and they kind of keep watching the wave, and they're like, oh, this is great. It's starting to really take off. And then, they're out of stock, so I'm delighted you've placed the reorder. That's brilliant. And a lot of times we do these interviews, even with Origin clients, people sometimes their first item, isn't perfect or whatever. your one's done well. What would you say are some of the things you learned about products on Amazon during this process? Have you got anything that are like rules you've even developed for yourself that you believe are important?
Well, for me, on the beginning, I tried to push it too quickly. So when I thought that the product research will be so easy, well, I was kind of disappointed, but I didn't want to let down myself. So I was keep pushing myself anyway to find a product. Especially that's when I found like over 100 products. I went through some of your videos, what product to not sell on Amazon. I had to clear all my list and do it from scratch. So
Now we can save you that then. That's good.
yeah, exactly. But then yeah, I was keep searching the products. I just wanted to follow the process properly.
Yeah.
At some point, I started to overthinking that as well. So just you need to find the right balance between not overthinking that and not to push it too quickly, but also just take your time and do the research, because it's a whole learning process. And after this couple of months, I was looking completely differently on the whole strategy, and it's making sense.
And like and then when the product you launched, and did you put that into Europe and the US, or just Europe? I think it was just Europe, was it?
Just Europe at the moment, but I'm in the process of actually opening the Amazon US account. So hopefully my next reorder, I will launch my product over there with my potentially second product, which I'm sampling right now as well. So
brilliant. And so now that you've brought in an item, it's doing very well, you're reordering it, what's changed maybe in your belief about how this works? Or has anything like that changed for you that when you started was different to now? If so, I'd love to hear what's going to change for you.
It gave me much more confidence in the whole strategy as well. I knew that it's going to work, because when I watched the videos, it was making a lot of sense, but I still needed that proof that I'm going to make sure 100%. That I will experience that as well. And definitely experience of itself just gave me massive confidence about that. And I'm just looking forward to gain my capital actually for next products. So that's my goal at the moment.
Awesome. I love it, man. Well, I think you'll make a great future coach. You're an inspired person, which I think is fantastic. And I love doing these stories. You know, it's great to speak to people like you every week. It inspires me too, you know, seeing people getting beyond their fear and doing it. And yeah, huge congratulations to you. I look forward to hearing more, of course, about, you know, the future developments of your business, the new products and all of that. And obviously, there's other things maybe we can help you with down the line. We can help you with some investment or something maybe down the line, who knows, you know. And I love doing that, because I think it's great that people like you come in, make it happen. And so anything I can do for you, do let me know. But yeah, everyone who's watched this video, please go down and say thank you to Jarek for his time today. He gives his time freely to inspire you guys and to tell the story. So man, thanks so much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.